Welcome back to the channel. You're here with me, Alex.
Me, Dan.
And we're here for another of our hobby chats, or keg chats, I think is the brand we went with, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been really quite a while, actually. When did we last do one of these? Summer? Autumn?
Must have been. It's been a while.
Yeah. We had a whole period of back-to-back sicknesses through winter last year. So.
We were just kind of dominoing. It was my turn, then Alex's turn, then Soph's turn.
Yeah.
By the time Soph and Alex were better again, I was ill again.
Yeah, exactly. And then people were away and so on. So it's been a while. So it's good to catch up again.
Yeah.
For anyone new to these are just a sort of general, what are we up to, hobby-wise? What are we doing to various game systems? Events that we've been to, events that we're going to.
Any interesting news?
Yeah. So where should we start? Shall we go through...
Let's go start with Titanicus we've got in front of us.
Oh yeah, go on then.
Why have we got Titanicus in front of Alex?
We played a Titanicus game.
Yes, I got Alex to play Titanicus again.
You make it sound like it's hard work. I like Titanicus.
Good. Play it more then.
Oh, that's fair.
Come to events.
I am very sorry. I didn't go to Beachheads. I wish I had. It looked like a really... We'll get onto that in a bit, but that looked absolutely incredible. But yes, my worry with Titanicus is always just that we do the same legios over and over, because I only have the one, you only have the one. I would be interested to know, anyone in the comments, is that a problem? When you see another Vulturum versus Tempestus game, do you go, oh, I've seen this before? Or is it still interesting, good content and so on? Because if you want to see it, we'll do it.
Also, do you care if we play them as actual, what they're painted as, or do you want to see us... I know Alex doesn't want to play his Tempestus.
Can't say that. You're not suggesting we proxy as other legios.
I could play this as a different legio, just, it's just rules at the end of the day.
We could do that.
We could do that.
Or we could be ostracised from the Titanicus community for suggesting it.
Either is good.
Either is good. Both for engagement, I suppose. Yeah. No, seriously, it's a good point. If you would like to see some more mechanical variety and don't really care about what colour the Titans are, by all means let us know. But even then, Dougie is obviously a regular on the channel. Every time we see him, he has a new legio.
Sure, he has multiple since Christmas.
I expect so. It's been over a month, so yeah, he must have at least a couple. So every time we'll get him on the channel, there'll be some variety there as well. And we've also got weird missions we can do. We just played Open Engine War.
Yep.
It was a blast from the past. We've not done that in years.
Yeah, an interesting mission, to say the least.
Silly, as they always are, but entertaining. And a break maybe for you from doing...
Sweaty try-hard
match play. Shall we go through the systems and then come back to Beachhead?
Sure.
Yeah. So Titanicus, yeah, it's not going anywhere. Still one of our favourite games. More than happy to do more of it if you guys want to see it. Our focus recently has mostly been the Dropverse. So Drop Zone and Drop Fleet.
The Rumbleverse.
The Rumbleverse, sorry, yes. The Rumble Slam Cinematic Universe. Drop Zone, my current favourite game, my darling. I really enjoy making the terrain for it. I do have an unpainted Scourge army.
You should paint them.
I should. They really shouldn't be in the cabinet while they're unpainted, to be honest.
Yeah. On display, he's openly displaying the fact he hasn't painted them.
Sickening, I know. I will get them painted at some point soon. I've also got my equally unpainted Heavy Behemoth to paint. So yeah, we can... When I get the Scourge done, I think that means we can cover all factions.
Yep.
We do have the Drop Zone as well, coming up in March, about a month and a week, thereabouts, at the time of recording. We have Danger Close 4, at this point, long-running Drop Zone Commander Tournament at Firestorm Games in Cardiff. You can't make it, can you?
No, I'm away playing Blood Bowl, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. I see how it is. But no, should be a good time. All the previous events have been really, really good. We always get some TTC sponsorships. We get some nice prizes. We are putting it up to 1850 points for this event. And I'm borrowing something from Drop Fleet. It's like a 2-list system.
Ooh. So
before every game, after you've seen the mission and your opponent, you pick which list you want to run. The idea being just we see a few more behemoths. People don't have to necessarily run take all comers lists. It should be a good time. There'll be a link to that in the description. There are currently about 7 or 8 tickets left, I think.
Yep.
Drop Fleet.
Or Drop Zone is a balance pass?
Oh, yes. Yes, good point. That should be out soon, actually.
Soon TM, because like first week of that?
First week of... The pending date, in theory, is around the 7th of March. For, yeah, a really big update to Drop Zone.
Lots of interesting changes.
Lots of interesting changes. A lot of the more janky stuff that's sort of necessitated lots of house rules. Looks like it's being fixed.
Experimental rules are basically all going into the main rules now.
Yep, which is cool.
And new experimental rules are there instead.
Which are very interesting. And then obviously every faction has been adjusted slightly. So some of the more overperforming units have been reined in a bit. And some of the never take pieces are suddenly quite interesting. Yeah, we can't talk much about specifics. We will obviously when we can.
I am painting more PHR slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Or repainting. I don't think I've been since it. Have my PHR been on since I've repainted them? I don't think they have.
I'm not sure either.
I don't think my PHR have been on since I've repainted.
Huh. You should play a game with them.
Yeah, we should play Drop Zone at some point.
Yeah, with your repainted PHR.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Are you working on anything in particular? Or anything you want to get?
Slowly working through my backlog of stuff that didn't get repainted on that one fevered day.
12 hours before the previous tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't like... I got all my models out for the tournament the day before, or 2 days before, and went, I'm not sure I like the look of these.
To which most people would have gone, I'll sort it out after the tournament.
And I went, no. A can of primer. And repainted everything in a horrible fever 12 hours before the tournament.
It was very impressive.
When everyone just received a picture... I think everyone received a message going, I'm going to repaint them. And everyone went, ha ha ha. And then saw a picture of... I sent a picture of everything reprimed.
Yes. And when people went, are you okay? This is a cry for help.
It was. Please help me paint my
Please
models.
help me paint the models.
I need more support in painting my models.
Yes. What else? Sophie's still got her small Sheltari army, which I think is on hold currently, but I'm sure she'll get back to it soon.
Yeah, slowly growing.
Yep. We did... We've talked about this on the podcast. For people not seen it, Gareth and I, and you're more than welcome as well, if you want, are running a Dropverse podcast called Target Locked, because we discovered that Gareth basically lives next door. Already really into Drop Fleet and has just got himself a Sheltari Drop Zone army. So while Sophie works on hers, we can get his very pretty Sheltari army on the channel as well.
But also Boo Sheltari.
Drop Fleet.
Drop Fleet.
It's obviously the new shiny thing. Got a new edition late last year. I want to say October, November.
And some nice balance passes since.
Yep. You are waiting for a battleship, aren't you?
Yes, I'm excited. I saw it in person at the Weapons Free original Drop Fleet event. They brought all the battleships, apart from the Resistance one, along. Still no one's seen the Resistance one.
Mm-hmm.
But the Biofizer one, big, cool ship. I want it. Yes, please. I've got loads of Biofizers still to paint. I've got like 2 more core boxes, another light box, and a battle cruiser box still to paint.
Okay.
And cells.
Not the most exciting thing to paint, are they, cells?
They're very just yeah.
I assume they're quick, at least.
Not massively. There's there's an annoying amount of detail on them.
Oh, okay. Please stop making models so detailed.
Yeah,
Dave.
if you could just make them as a just big flat triangle and that was it. That would be
exactly
spot on. And I will at some point get some PHR.
Yeah.
Or I might have to at some point try and steal some off Gareth, because Gareth has some and he doesn't use it that often, so I might borrow them off him for a...
We could get him on the channel for PHR versus one of his other fleets.
Yes.
We could take him for a test drive.
He'd have to make me a list because I have no idea how to.
Yeah.
PHR.
They look cool. I played against them once at Beat Quarters, the event we ran recently. They're very cool. Very upsetting.
No idea how I paint them. I don't know if I'd match my drop zone or if I'd do a different...
Yeah, I didn't with my UCM.
No.
They started off vaguely matching, but my fleets are really
luminous orange.
Yeah, whereas my UCM are quite a dull red. So yeah, I think you can easily split. I mean, why would a navy and an army be the same colour? Speaking of, yeah, my UCM fleet is, time of recording, done. Barring like a handful of light ships I'm not going to paint anytime soon.
Right.
So I might eye up a Scourge fleet at some point.
Scourge fleet.
Because they're pretty cool. And then we'd have, again, every fleet covered, because Soph's got Resistance and Sheltari. So obviously lots more Drop Fleet content coming soon. What else? What else do we do? Rumble Slam?
Rumble Slam. I've got on my table to be finished, or to paint at some point, I've got the Christmas special team, the North Swole.
Good.
I've got a couple more dinosaurs to paint for my Dino team.
Yeah.
And I technically have the starter teams to paint at some point, but they're very, very low down.
Yeah.
Mainly because Soap's painted them, and
they're not as exciting, are
they're
they?
not as exciting as the other teams.
Also, that their names aren't funny.
No.
They're things like Human Brawler.
Human Brawler, Human Grappler, Halfling Grappler,
Yeah.
Orc Brawler, Troll.
They're not like the Ginger Shred Man.
Yeah, the Ginger Shred Man. Yeah.
I've still got my Knights of the Squared Circle collecting dust. I
should paint them.
Really should. I'm currently snowed in with a massive Blood Angels commission.
Oh yeah.
That I committed to in autumn, and I realised I have to actually do it in order to get paid, which I think is really unfair. Once they're done, I should do a rapid fire through a couple of smaller projects because I really did enjoy Rumblesand games we had.
Good. Very silly,
but
it's nice and quick. It's simple.
It's intuitive, right? You pick it up really quickly.
It's on a card in front. It's like Titanic. It's basically Titanicus.
Yeah, we could play Rumbleslam Titanicus models. Just dual fists on every model.
Yes, Rumblesandicus.
Yes, I think it's a brilliant idea.
We just need to come up with rules for fists on a Warbringer and on a Warhound.
We'll figure
and fists, like Carapace fists on a...
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so Rumbleslam, we've still got a handful of teams in our local area we can borrow for some different matchups and so on.
Yeah.
Carnival.
Carnivale, or...
I think technically it's Carnivale. You're saying it in an Italian accent. So I'm probably going to say it as Carnivale.
Carnivale.
Yes. Just got a balance pass, literally yesterday at time of recording, which shook up quite a few things. Similar thing again, they've sort of reined in a few of the overpowering characters. A couple of Doctor's characters got, I think...
nerfed.
Yes.
Thankfully. I'm quite glad they got nerfed, because I've run some gun lists, and it's really fun to play, but it's really oppressive.
Yeah.
So now I might be able to run those lists without feeling bad for taking them, which is what I want.
Yeah. Are your Doctors painted yet?
No.
No, okay. That's why we haven't been on the channel yet.
No, because I have too much to paint.
Yeah. I'm really keen to do more Carnival. I've got my second gang also unpainted. I know, but I will be painting.
Are they on display too?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, yeah. I need to fix that. They really shouldn't be in display cabinet if they're unpainted. It's shameful. But yeah, I do have the dock workers for the guild to paint. We do have a basically doubled our terrain collection. Over Christmas, I bought, with help from a couple of friends, the Venetian Quarter, which is it's basically an entire city. So when that's done, we'll have all terrain we could ever need. And at that point, I really want to then start hammering through some games, do some of the campaigns, etc. Yeah. Even if it means borrowing gangs off other people if you and Sophie are not fully painted yet.
And we've got enough people around that have gangs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm very keen to do some more Carnival content. And also, no one else is doing it.
Yeah.
Same for Rumbleslam. No one covers these two games.
Well, not many people really cover Drop Zone. There's a few Drop Fleets, but not really any Drop Zone.
I think there's one other Drop Zone Battle Report channel in German.
Yep.
If memory serves. And a couple of people have dipped their toes into Drop Fleets. But yeah, Carnival and Rumbleslam, absolutely nothing as far as I can tell. So we want to fix that. We'll cover more of those. Heresy?
Heresy?
Any comments on Heresy?
I need to paint my Dark Angels.
Yeah.
There's been lots of cool units shown off recently. There was a Secutari Axiarch, or whatever he's called, for Mechanicum. There's Plastic Mechanicum now.
Oh yeah, of course.
I should probably get some at some point, but they're kind of filled out at the moment.
There's rumours, aren't there? Because the Games Workshop engine turns ever onwards.
It's about the right time for a 3rd edition soon.
Yeah.
Which I'm not opposed to fix some of the dreadnoughts and
some of the weird janky stuff you can do.
Weird janky things, yeah.
Yeah, Heresy is not at the top of my list. It hasn't been for a while. What I have is painted, but I'm not desperate to get anything else. Partially because it's very expensive to make mistakes when buying and building and painting models. So I'm kind of thinking, I've been stung before where I gave basic tactical marines power fists and thunderhammers. So I'm gonna wait probably for a new edition before buying anything new.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I've got a collection we can do games with. Again, I don't know if we have any guests that are interested in doing Heresy, but
Dougie at some point.
Dougie's got his Emperor's Children. We've got a couple of people locally who've got Word Bearers and Blood Angels who, even if they don't want to guest, they might be happy to lend their army for some variety.
Yeah.
So we've got options. If you want to see more Heresy, let us know, basically.
But yeah, I do need to pick my Dark Angels at some point. It's just
Everything else.
Drop Fleet and Drop Zone and Rumble Slam and the bits of Titanicus I still need to finish off.
We need everyone else to stop releasing other stuff we want to do.
If TT could stop making good games,
but also bring out the Battleship.
Yes,
as soon as possible.
Give me a Battleship.
Yes.
TT, please.
But yeah, we obviously all have full-time jobs, so our hobby
bandwidth,
is limited. Does that cover all of our systems? Have I missed anything?
Titanicus, do you have any plans for new units, such as a Warbringer?
I should, and this has made me start thinking, ooh, fun list. And what I really should do is go to Beachhead next year. So
Alex is right now committing to Beachhead next year. That's what he's just said.
It's not what I said.
But it's what he meant.
I suppose. This year I just missed out. The tickets were gone. By the time I'd sort of committed myself, go on then. They were gone. And I think also last year was expensive for me for various trips. I went to Italy for a painting competition, so a bit light on funds.
But also, I found a cheap hotel this year.
You did?
A Travelodge was £80 including breakfast. And it was a 2-minute walk.
Okay, that's pretty good. If you can do that again, I'm in. I do want to get another Warbringer. I'm not desperate to get a second Legio. Again, I'll happily run different Legios, rules-wise, but I don't really have the time to paint a whole other one. But a second Warbringer's not that big an ask.
No.
So at some point, probably find that when we run the tournament in April, that'll probably inspire me.
Yeah. Get that last Warbringer, and that means you can basically make every single mana pool except like a full Corsair.
I've got 4 Reavers, so to run literally everything, I need 1 more Reaver, 1 more Warbringer, 1 more War. That's really hard to say.
And I guess you need 1 more Warlord if you want to do a full Extergimus.
Yeah, for those 3K games we play.
Yeah.
But yeah, another Warbringer and another Reaver is not that big an ask. So at some point, I will try to remember how I paint them. I've
got another Warlord on the way.
Yeah.
So I can do an Extergimus. I need to get some more.
Putting it.
I need to buy some more weapons for them.
Yeah.
Because I've got very silly.
That's what I need to do. I've got in a box under my desk
a mountain of weapons.
Yeah. I've got conversion beamers that I've never tried. I think I've got a big grav for a Warlord that I've never tried.
Both very good guns.
Both very good guns. So I really should get out of my comfort zone.
And go paint some weapons. Remember how you painted Tempestus?
All I remember is it involves checks.
This is my slight it's gonna go, oh god, it's been like 2 years since I last painted Vulturum. How do I do Vulturum?
I have started writing down paint recipes
I should start writing down paint recipes.
I really should, because I didn't. I think I vaguely know how I did the marble. And I vaguely know how I did the checks. It's how I did the blue that I'm not sure of. I think it's contrast paint for an airbrush. I have a vague
memory of you saying contrast paint.
Yeah. Or that one is and that one is, but the older ones aren't. Whatever. It doesn't have to match perfectly. Speaking of Titanicus, I think that is all our systems covered. Do you want to talk to us about Beachhead?
Yes,
Beachhead.
Yes.
What is Beachhead for the uninitiated?
It's a big event for the Entoyment run down in Bournemouth for lots of different game systems. People can go host their own events there.
Cool.
Or tournaments there. So I think there were several fails for, I think 3,000 total people going in or something stupid like that. Maybe 2. I can't remember exact numbers, but lots of people going in. But there was also 40k, huge 40k tournament that was like 80, might have been like 100 people or something like that.
Okay.
Stupid. Very big 40k tournament. Like 30 Heresy players, huge Blood Bowl, AOS, Old World. There's bolt action going on.
Cool.
All kinds of things. The Titan Owners Club were there, doing their annual big game of Titanicus with full scale.
Playing on the floor.
They had it out basically in the entrance area.
Nice.
Don't even remember where the entrance is, and you go kind of off to the left to get in.
Oh, yeah.
They had it on the right, was like this whole corner. There it is, you came in. For the...
Because I think they literally play Titanicus, but scaled up. They have like dinner plates, blast turn plates, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It looks very cool.
It's very silly.
Yes.
People are mostly just bringing a Titan or 2 each.
Yeah, and I think if you die, you come back on and so on. They play all weekend. But you were obviously there for the mini Titanicus event.
Yes, but it was a very big Titanicus event.
Mini is not the right term at all, is it?
I think there were 25 tables with a few dropouts last minute.
Yeah.
or running up the event. So I think there were 23 or 24 tables being played on.
So up to 48 players is still, for a dead game, that's...
Pretty big.
Yes.
The Titanicus is all run by Maximal Fire, as biggest Titanicus.
Kind of become the godfather of Titanicus at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Alex Peake has been running events for years now. I think our first Titanicus event was Reactor Meltdown 2, maybe?
Yeah.
It's obviously been going for a bit before that. Obviously, biggest Titanicus podcast as well, I believe.
Yeah. Probably biggest channel for it as well.
If somehow you're a Titanicus player that hasn't heard of Maximal Fire by now, give them a look.
Give them a look. We've got really good
Their
Discord.
content's really good. Yeah, and yes, they're kind of the de facto Titanicus community at this point. So yeah, what was the was this a teams event like previous ones?
No, this was solo this time, rather than 2 years ago was full teams, which was a bit of a, I think, faff of you picked an attacker, defender, and a
skirmisher
or something like that. Each round you couldn't be the same twice in a row, and depending on what you were, depending on what missions you could play, and attacker played defender from the team you're against. From what I understand, it was a bit of a headache for everyone playing. It was a bigger headache for everyone organising.
Yes.
Figuring out. Last year was basically a solo event, but you were on a team, so your team score counted.
Okay. And you never play your teammates.
You never play your teammate.
Sure.
Which worked easier, but was still a very big pain to organise, I think, because every time they had if you set up a nice automatic matchup thing, you'd then have to go back through it and sort some bits out where someone was playing a teammate because the team was doing well. So
right, okay.
the teammate's playing. So this year it was just an individuals event.
Yeah.
5 games, 1950 points.
You were there in spirit with the Titan Bonus Club, weren't you?
Yes.
But you were playing...
Yeah, the Titan Boner Club. We were all there with our Titan Boner Club t-shirts.
Capes?
No capes this year. No stickers even this year.
Disappointing.
Did hand out I had some bottom of the barrel stickers to hand out this year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We should get some more printed. And the rest, other things. Get some dice or something.
Probably should. We're overdue. I got a dice bag.
You got a dice bag?
I think I did. Did I ask you if you wanted one?
No.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Would you like one?
Yes.
I'll get you a bottom of the barrel dice bag. No one can buy these. I just kind of ordered it off Etsy and put our logo on it. But yeah, sorry. I thought I asked you.
No.
Maybe I asked Sophie. Sorry.
But it's Maximum Fire. I've got some new rules for eras of the heresy.
Oh yeah.
So this was early heresy. So there was no corruptions, no side titans, no vortex.
I don't know how to play that.
Yeah. I can't think there's any other rules. I think there's like a mid heresy, which we assume the next one will be, which is like you're allowed 1 or 2 corruptions. Side titans are allowed. Maybe.
Yeah.
A few things like that.
What late heresy would be?
Basically regular rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1950 points. And I took a Vulturum Ruptura.
Mm-hmm. You've done. That's your favourite maniple by far at this point, isn't it?
Ruptura's it's just such a fun maniple. It's you have to think and do things. All the other maniples kind of just work. Yeah.
Whereas this, you're rewarded for doing stuff in the right order, especially for you.
Yes.
With Vulturum's +1 to hit if you've killed a Titan. Like I've seen you playing and seeing you do the 4D chess planning. If I kill this with this, it makes this better later in the turn.
Yes.
Whereas I play Ferox.
It's very much a thinky of, okay, I need to kill this, but how do I kill this with him? But I want to kill it the earlier in the round.
Yeah.
So that I get the +1 bonus and yada yada yada.
Very, very clever. Very cool. Do you remember who you played, what you played, and so on?
First game was versus, I spoke you through this earlier, Tom Hale. Sorry, I forget your name wrong. Tom Hale, who was running Furian's Corsair, I want to say.
I wouldn't know.
Something like that. Something like that. It was definitely a Corsair. It might have been Furian's or it might have been Ignatum.
Okay.
I get the two mixed up all the time.
Were they yellow with black flames, or were they?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Fair enough.
I think they were Furians.
Fair enough.
Is it Offensive Surge?
That's Furians.
Furians, yeah. I think it's Furians.
Ignatum is Overwatch, basically.
Yeah, I think this is Furians. The Corsair, which was going, it was quite close, but he had his Reavers kind of lined up next to each other, and I killed the middle one, which catastrophically melted down,
Yep.
damaging all the others. I got a charge off and was just basically in his lines, just punching things to death as they were all injured already from the explosion.
Nice.
So that was a strong win. Game 2, I played Richard Lay, I think, who was running Gryphonicus Extergimus, but he swapped all the Warlords for Reavers,
Okay.
because Gryphonicus can do that.
Yeah.
And then took an auxiliary Titan of Legend, Bellator Magno.
Yeah, that's not what the community called him, but it's
Yeah,
probably all we can say on the channel.
politely.
Yes.
Which was looking quite cagey until I Earthshaker mined Bellator Magna into the back of a Reaver, nearly killing the Reaver, which gave me an opportunity to shoot him, get close, and I'm now under Bellator Magno's carapace, making a mess of things, slowly just punching through Reavers and getting further back into...
Driving him back.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was another strong win. Game 3 was... I can't remember who I played. What I played game 3.
Game 3 of an event's always hard work anyway. So
At the end of the day, it'll come back to me in a minute. Game 4 was I was playing against... Game 3 was against Richard Partridge.
Okay.
From the Princeps Diaries, who was running Lanius Scara Ruptura.
Right.
So there's a Ruptura off, which...
That sounds way too complicated for me.
Turn one was where it started snowballing, was he moved up his Warbringer behind a pair of Reavers.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like, a pair of Reavers like this, moved up Warbringer back here.
Oh no.
So I used Earthshaker Mines again.
Oh.
Warbringer crashed into this Reaver, doing damage to both of them. Shields went down on the Reaver eventually after some shooting, so I Quake Cannoned the Reaver. It crashed into the Warbringer, doing a lot of damage. I ran out of guns, and my Reaver that kind of run past was going to shoot a Warhound, but instead turned its grav gun sideways to shoot into the side of the Reaver, which crashed it into the Warbringer again, and killed it. It got a laid low, so it stumbled away from the Warbringer and then fell directly back onto the Warbringer, killing it.
Right.
Which exploded, damaging another Reaver and the Warbringer, and just made a big hole. And just from there,
yes, I can see why that would be a snowball.
Yeah, started going from there. Fourth game then was against my colleague from the Titan Boner Club, Pete Martin, who was running his Astorum. I think it's Astorum Corsair.
Okay.
I think, or was it Ferox? I can't remember now. He had 2 Reavers, 2 Warhounds, and a Warlord.
I thought he usually ran Vulpa.
No, that's Mark.
Oh, right. Sorry, Mark. And Pete.
But I think it's Astorum. They've got Stygian Veil strat, which basically put down 3 slightly bigger
I know who you mean.
concealment barrages.
Don't think it's... is it Venator?
No.
Stygian Veil.
No, I think it's a Astorum or something.
Whatever.
Something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But managed to get some lucky. Made a bit of a mistake putting a Reaver near some knights that were hiding in a cloud. So I just shot the Reaver with the Quake Cannon and made the knights sad inside the cloud.
Good.
Got a really nice warp displacement where he kind of pinned me in with a Reaver and a pair of knights, and my Reaver warp displaced behind his Reaver and punched it to death.
Nice.
From behind. And then the final game was versus Jay from just Titanicus.
You were, I assume at this point, both 4-0?
4-0. I think had some slightly stronger. Me and Pete were on table 2 the game before that, because I'd conceded a few more points than Jay and Badger, who were on top table fourth game. So last game was against Jay, who was running Demacium Extergimus. Never played Demacium before. Jay explained what they do, and I went, that's really gross. They're just really tough.
What do they do again?
The special war gear is ablative shielding, so they ignore the first critical damage they take.
Right. On Warlords. That's a slog.
So they basically all got a fourth
crit.
And they repair crits on 4-ups and can ignore crits for a round. They're quite nice.
Yeah.
So there's 3 Warlords, all with Apox, Quake Cannons, 2 with Grav Cannons, and 1 with Bellicosa, and then 2 Tournament Hounds.
Gross.
Yeah. Luckily, managed to kill one of the Warhounds turn 1 and get in and killed the second war on turn 2, and I was just kind of dancing Reavers under his feet, which meant that I could pin him in, and got the win, which means that I got the first place winner's trophy and
well done.
unofficial world champion.
Official world champion. I think you attended the world tournament.
The world's largest tournament of Titanicus, as far as we're
so
aware.
cut out a couple of the words in the middle. World tournament.
Mm.
Oh, well done.
Which also meant I got Titan Slayer for the most Titans killed, because only one Titan escaped my wrath that weekend.
God, you monster.
All of the rest were unfortunately turn 3 or 4 tablings.
Right, okay.
And versus Jay, 1 warlord survived.
You monster. No, well done. They are lovely trophies.
They're really nice. I think Battleblade printed the heads.
Yeah, because that's Battlelink's design, I think.
Yes. And they're just
That's a bit wobbling. A little bit.
They're attached.
Oh, okay. Right, I didn't break your trophy. Good.
No, they're kind of like twisty top attachy things.
I see.
But yes, Beachhead, very fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed winning. Also, everyone there is really lovely and really nice. And Titanicus players are always just...
Yeah, really good community. I think, obviously, we've dipped our toes into other competitive scenes in the past as well.
Yeah.
Titanicus players are a cut above. No offense to anyone else, but lovely community.
People know how to have fun at a Titanicus event.
I was going to say you can't take it too seriously. You obviously can. You can play a very serious, as you did, and play a very competitive game, but stupid stuff's going to happen.
Yes.
Stuff outside your control, and it's funny.
Yeah, I think there's a notable, in the 40k event, you could see the second day there were considerably less tables in use.
Right.
Because I think
day 2 dropouts.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, I've lost a couple of games. There's no point in me going.
Which is a shame, because I don't place at the top of events usually, but a 2-day event...
Still a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, day 1, if anything, is like the warm-up for day 2, because by day 2, you should be playing people who are about the same level as you. You're gunning for top table and taking scalps.
Yep.
Sophie's not far behind you, and I'm in the kiddie pool.
Yeah.
Apart
from you take a side Titan, you just them bullying all the kids.
I did come second in that event, didn't I?
But we were saying that it was inevitable I had to win this year, because 2 years ago, the Titan Boner Club came second.
Yeah.
Last year, the Titan Boner Club came third.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, the logical thing is...
come fourth.
Come first this year.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. To complete the trophies.
I see.
Which means that next year, one of us needs to get wooden spoon.
Yeah. You going to give that a go?
Sure.
Yeah. Handicap yourself, run the worst Legio you can.
Fortidus with just 3 Warbringer Rotura.
Yeah. Lasers.
More lasers.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like an incredible event. Did you take any photos?
I didn't take as many as I should have.
If we've got any, they'll be going while we're talking, as you will have seen, because you're watching the video.
I'm sure I can steal some from some of the Maximal Fire people who will share them willingly.
Yeah, it looked incredible. I will try and make the one next year, because it's a really good system and a really good community.
Yeah, lots of people seemed everyone just excitedly talking about their games all the time.
Nice.
I think we had we must have had like 30 of us out Saturday night and not far off on the Friday night for a few drinks and some food.
Nice.
And yeah, it's got some nice. We got some nice as winnings. I got some nice buildings.
Oh yes.
Gothic sector from Battlefield in a Box.
Yeah. Ready painted,
which
is a relief.
Much to Alex's disappointment, I did offer to reprime them for him, so he could get to the opportunity to repaint them.
I just got a message saying, Alex, I came first, and the prize is more terrain. But no, as it is pre-painted, that's great, because you could paint terrain yourself,
No, I can't.
No?
No.
No sharks, no hands.
Not in my contract.
No? Okay.
Yeah, unpaid intern, I can't paint terrain.
Fair enough.
Legally. It's not on the insurance.
Fair enough. Yeah, you might hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we keep getting more unpainted terrain, then it's not a problem.
Yeah. But yeah, with my winnings, I bought another Warlord to make... Finally, I can run an Extergimus, and I can run basically any mana pool now, except I've only got 3 Reavers.
Okay, so you can't do a Max Corsair yet.
Max Corsair, but I don't know if that's probably my least one I'm never going to do anyway, so...
No, doesn't appeal?
No. I want other people to move sideways, not me. I've got silly ideas for an Extergimus.
Yeah.
All Stormfrag Shell, Mega Bolters, all double Gatlings.
Bullet.
I cast Gun.
Good.
And then yeah, after that, I think I might actually finally start Fortis.
Ah, you talked about this a bit, haven't you, off camera, that you might start a new Legion.
Yeah, a second Legio. A Fortis, I like the color scheme, and swapping Titans into Bannables is funny.
Mm. Because you've got some sort of list building options, which I guess is
Yeah.
what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, an Arcus with 2 Warbringers.
Do either of them count as the Warhound?
No, they both just count as Warbringers. So you have two Warbringers and 1 Spotterhound,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and that is just under 1,000 points.
I don't like that at all.
So you could run 4 Warbringers and 2 Warhounds and a double Arcus.
It's gross. I hate that.
Or the best one we found was a Warhound in an Extergimus with a claw. Experiment's weapon overcharge cannons. You can have a strength 9 Ursus Claw
Amazing.
in an Extergimus.
Just pulling War Masters over.
Yeah.
Great.
Just I decided you don't get your legs now.
It'd be cool to see. And it'd be cool to have another Legio on the channel as well.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Have we got anything else to cover?
Don't think so. Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
No.
TT have shown off their Kickstarter for.
Oh, yeah. Strike Team and Battle Zone. That Kickstarter is going live on the 26th of February. Whether that's before or after this goes up, I don't know. But we're quite keen to give that a go, I think.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, they are set in the Rumble Slam cinematic universe, by which I mean the Drop Zone, same world as Drop Zone and Drop Fleet. Strike Team is going to be a close quarters, room clearance, think Rainbow Six, basically. So skirmish game, really small infantry squads, really tight, close combat with like 5 models each, maybe. And then Battle Zone is kind of closest thing. It's probably 40k, actually.
Combat Patrol.
Yeah. Like, it's not quite scale of 40k. It'd be maybe 20, 30 infantry and a vehicle or 2. Same models as Strike Team, so they're both 30mm scale, but playing out on the streets rather than inside a single building. Both going to Kickstarter soon. I'm hoping we'll get some stuff to show off, but even if we don't, I'll probably put some money into it because
it looks cool.
It looks cool. All the other games that they've done so far have been good, so I'm keen to give that a go.
And you've got to complete the collection.
Yeah.
For that we need to get to half tilt at some point.
Yeah, you probably should, shouldn't we? Which also looks fun. But yeah, if you want to see any of that coming up, all of the normal YouTube stuff is helpful. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and you see when our videos go up. If you want to support us financially,
we have a Patreon.
Yep.
We also have Buy Me a Coffee.
Yep.
There is some stuff on Patreon, a few articles.
Yeah, a couple.
Not many, but mostly if you're buying to the Patreon, it's to support us and support the channel.
Yep.
It mostly goes to buying terrain, I think.
For the most part, yeah.
I don't actually really, or some camera equipment and such is what we're saving for at the moment, is a replacement camera.
But then we get distracted by, cool new terrain idea, let's do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously any money we get from any of these sources all goes into the channel in general, basically.
Yeah.
Did you mention Firestorm?
Firestorm? No, we have Firestorm affiliate link. It's in the description. Anything you buy through them is at a discounted rate, and if you use our affiliate link, we get a kickback from it.
Yep.
A few percent, and I think it's stored in your cookies for like 30 days, I think they said.
So just click it once and then shop from Firestorm. And yeah, again, that helps us out. I think they do all the games we mentioned. So all the games we play. And again, a bit
many more.
And many more. And yeah, that actually is one of the best ways to help us out, because part of the reason we've got the relationship we have with TTC is because Firestorm said to TTC,
these guys sell a hell of a lot of your stuff.
Yeah, so it is really appreciated. If you're in the UK, please buy from them. They're a good price as well. I think that is everything.
I think that's the full spiel.
Yeah. Should know it off by heart by now. Events. Again, remember, come to Danger Close 4. Which is in March. Come to Engine Kill. Did we even mention Engine Kill?
No.
Sorry. Engine Kill is our Titanicus event, because bizarrely no one else was using the name.
I tried to go for emergency shutdown, but...
We've done that before.
Did we? Yeah, we did.
That was our first event way back. But no, the new event series is called Engine Kill. It is being run in Bristol at Excelsior Games on, I want to say, the 26th of April.
Something like that.
Link in the description. It's currently sold out, but I may be able to get more tickets if there's interest, so let me know. And if people drop out, we can obviously announce it as well. But yeah, that puts it at half a world tournament, I think.
So a grand tournament, is it?
Hemispherical tournament.
Yeah. I don't know what an RTT. I don't know what these acronyms stand for.
Games Workshop was RTT was a Rogue Trader tournament, which is basically normally a one-dayer in your local club. I think for it to be a grand tournament, it has to be a 2-day event.
Okay.
And then you've got
a semi-grand tournament.
Semi-grand tournament.
It's an SGT.
Yes. And you've got majors and super majors, and I'm not quite sure what they mean.
A minor major.
Yes. It's a tournament. There's a lot of people there. And again, if we can get more tickets, we will.
Mm-hmm.
That is now everything, I think.
I think so. I think finally.
Cool. Okay. Thanks for watching. More content coming soon. Goodbye.